Alert forecast brought to you by Groundworks.
Good afternoon, First Alert Meteorologist Caleb Saylor here. It's been a chilly day, chilly couple of days, and we're getting you ready for a few rain showers today, but some cold mornings ahead, at least for the next couple of mornings. We can kind of see where that cold air mass is right now. It stretches all the way back to Canada, through the northern Great Lakes region, down and through the Great Lakes and Midwest, and starting to move over into the northeast as that weather system that's been impacting us, bringing us lake effect rain, has slowly started to shift to the east. So too has the cold. But we still got a couple more cold mornings ahead that we want to give you the first alert about. We've actually been talking about tomorrow morning since this past weekend when I gave you the first alert about the potential for frost. And now it's not just frost that we're concerned with. We're also concerned with the potential for freezing conditions. All of the counties in the purple, this includes Wabash, Huntington, Wells, Adams, Grant, Blackford, Jay County, and Mercer County. A freeze warning is in place until 9 a.m. on Friday morning. This area in purple, primarily south of US 30, is where we expect to be the coldest on Friday morning. And then these counties in that lighter shade of blue, it includes Allen, Whitley, Kosciuszko, Noble, DeKalb, Defiance, Paulding, and Van Wert counties under a frost advisory until 9 a.m. And depending on how things go on Friday morning in terms of the temperatures, these warnings and advisories might get reissued on Saturday too, because we're expecting cold conditions on Saturday morning as well. These are the morning low temperatures over the next 7 days. You can see that tomorrow morning, Saturday morning are expected to be the two coldest out of the next 7, where we expect frost in quite a few places and possibly freezing conditions in 1 or 2 spots. Now, I know it feels drastic to having gone from where we were to where we're at now, but it is about normal that this time of year we start to see our first frost and freezes. In Fort Wayne, the first time we usually hit 36 degrees is somewhere between October 11th and the 20th. We actually hit 36 degrees back on September 8th or something like that, very early on in the fall season. Our first freeze, 32 or below, typically happens about this time of year, between October 21st and the 31st. So it's not out of the normal to start seeing these types of temperatures this time of year. It's just feels like such a drastic change, like a switch was flipped in a moment to go from warmer than average to about normal for this time of year. So if you still have sensitive plants outside that you're wanting to keep alive, you want to take some steps this afternoon to protect them. Bring them inside if you can. If you're not able to, water your plants before sunset. The plants will absorb the water. It helps keep the inside of the plants warmer overnight, even as those ground temperatures cool. Also, covering them with a fabric cover like an old bed sheet or something like that can help keep them warm overnight, help protect them from frost and potentially freezing conditions. But we're starting to get to the end of the growing season anyway, so I would say make arrangements now to at least protect your sensitive plants through the rest of the cold season, because as we get deeper and deeper into fall, these sorts of temperatures are going to become more and more common. So let's talk today and into tomorrow. Temperatures this afternoon only topped out in the low 50s. That's about as warm as we're going to get. And you can see the effects of the lake effect that we've been talking about for the past couple of days, because places to the north of Fort Wayne, LaGrange, Angola, communities that are not under a frost advisory, are expected to be warmer. 8 a.m. temperatures expected to be in the upper 30s, near 40 in some locations. That's thanks to a lot of cloud cover and slightly warmer air coming in off the lake. But the further south you go, it's actually going to be colder because we're further from the lake. So Fort Wayne, morning temperatures expected to be in the mid-30s. You can see just how many freezing temperatures are on the map here. Huntington could get as cold as 32 degrees. Marion, Hartford City, same as Portland. So further from the lake, the colder it's expected to be. Afternoon temperatures on Friday back into the mid-50s, and then we're right back to where we're supposed to be, or I should say where we're expected to be on Saturday morning, except everybody now is kind of in that same mid to low 30s temperature range on Saturday morning. That's because we expect that weather system to start to move further and further to the east. That'll start to calm the winds down, having much less of a lake effect in our area. So less cloud cover expected on Saturday morning. So one or two locations that don't get to the freezing mark on Friday could potentially get there on Saturday morning. So be prepared over the next couple of mornings to have to deal with some chilly weather. For the rest of the day today, you'll want to be prepared to deal with some rain showers. This is that lake effect that I was talking about. The weather system is well off to our northeast, slowly sliding to the east, but the winds are sort of just wrapping around this low pressure system in a way that's bringing some moisture in off of Lake Michigan. I've said lake effect a couple of times. These are lake effect rain showers. Same exact mechanism as lake effect snow. You've got cold air that blows over a relatively warm lake, and once it hits the land, boom, you get some rain showers that start to develop, and that wind is dragging those rain showers inland. So Steuben, LaGrange County, even parts of northern DeKalb County and Noble County, you've been dealing with these off and on hit and miss rain showers for a couple of days now. I know it's starting to get annoying, but we are just about done with that rain. You can see on First Alert Future Track a few showers still this evening, but once we get to Friday, especially Friday beyond lunchtime, winds are going to start to calm down a little bit. Our flow is going to become a little bit more westerly and not necessarily northwest. So we'll stop seeing those sprinkles and those light showers come in off the lake, and we'll start to dry up as we get into the weekend. And rain chances are looking really low for the weekend. We expect to stay dry, and that's good news for, I know, Friday night football games. It'll be chilly, but it's expected to be dry. That's at least good. There's a lot going on this weekend. So dry weather is expected over the next couple of days. I would say now is the time in Northeast Indiana to take advantage of the weather, get out and see what fall foliage is left. According to explorefall.com, we're starting to see colors really start to turn. We're seeing some high color across the area. I'm going to see if I can get my NDOT camera to work here. So this is along I-69 and Helapeter Road. Going full screen, you can see there's still some green left here, but we've also got some bare trees thanks to the windy conditions. We've also got some splotches of red here, some oranges as well. So you can see these trees are really starting to turn, and we expect over the next 7 to 10 days that we're going to reach our peak here for our fall foliage, according to explorefall.com. So that's why I was saying this weekend, if you're somebody who likes going to see the fall foliage, take advantage of the dry weather and the sunshine we'll experience during the afternoons and go out there, because once we get to about, I'd say, 2 weeks from now, we might start to see leaves fall off of trees really quickly. So now, at least over the next couple of days, looks to be a good time to enjoy the fall foliage if you can.